marcação, exasou.
Wait, what is that?
Today I feel gay.
What's going on? Yo, do you guys rate he wrote that himself? Why would he say that?
Ninguém encosta ali.
Oh, god damn it. The 2022 World Cup has hit the ground running, everyone. Just 1 week into the proceedings and we've been treated to some great football and some great moments. Although some stadium-going fans may not agree that the start has been so great. Imagine booking all your flights, accommodation, tickets and everything else, getting excited to have a rave at the Cup, and then boom. 2 days before the opener, alcohol is banned in stadiums. Tough. But fear not, there is good news. If you want to partake in a drink or two at the stadium, you can do so at an exclusive hospitality suite. And the best part? They start from the low price of $950 per match and go up to an even more reasonable $34,000 for the semifinals and finals. They're practically giving them away at this point. The sale of alcohol was agreed upon by Qatari authorities in their bid for the World Cup. And Budweiser, who happened to be FIFA's alcoholic beverage sponsor and have been since 1986, were left dumbfounded. But because they've been backed into a corner, and because they don't mind seeing the world burn, they've promised that they will award the winning country with the 75 million euros worth of booze that they had already shipped to Qatar before the ban. As if the stakes weren't high enough, right? Jack Grealish has all the motivation he needs. On to the actual football. After Ghanem Al Mufta alongside God himself opened up the proceedings, it only took 3 minutes for the internet to claim match fixing. An Ecuador goal was disallowed, which caused a ton of fury, but it turned out to be the right decision. It's that ruling where if the goalkeeper is in front of the last defender ultimately becomes the goalkeeper when it comes to offsides. If you watch the most recent Champions League final, you'll probably be familiar with this. Anyway, Qatar went on to lose as Enner Valencia found the back of the net twice, and thus they became the very first host nation to lose their opening match in World Cup history. This also happened to be their first ever World Cup match, so I guess it's not all that surprising. England were up next. Oh, sorry, not the players. This one English lad and his boys were on the hunt for booze. Somehow, they got adopted by a group of minted locals and ended up playing with their pet lion? Unbelievable. Back to the pitch. Knowing what was at stake, the English came to play. A 6-2 scoreline flatters Iran somewhat, as this was a pretty one-sided match. Early in the match, Iran's keeper, Alireza Behranvand, completely smashed his face in, probably forgot what year it was, and was somehow allowed to stay on. We think seeing one Harry Kane as a goalkeeper is tough. This man saw 7. We poked a bit of fun at Jack Grealish earlier on, but in reality, the guy really is wholesome. After promising a young Manchester City fan that he would do a celebration for him if he scored, the man delivered in the very first match. Last note on the England-Iran match, it was fantastic. Jude Bellingham's hairline, that is. That shit is clean. The performance was okay. The Netherlands and Senegal played next, and neither really produced their best, if we're all being honest. It was a match of moments. A magical cross from Frenkie de Jong, a dashing header by wonder kid Cody Gakpo, who is now worth £50 million more, apologies to United, and a mistimed rush from Edouard Mendy. Likewise, the second came from a spilt Mondi save. Davy Klaassen, who is somehow still 29, grabbed the second in the 99th minute. Speaking of which, what is up with all the added time in this cup? I bet no one briefed the players that they'd be going into extra time in the group stages. FIFA's getting out of hand with these rule changes. Wales and the US was an odd one. Quite back and forth over the game, with Wales being pretty poor in the first half. Timothy Weah finished off a move worthy of his family name in the 36th minute. Wales improved in the second half and were bailed out by who else but Mr. Wales Golf Madrid late on. And now on to the team that I picked to win the whole thing. My personal favorite. Saudi Arabia. The Saudis started off slow in this match. A penalty from Messi calmed Argentine nerves, but a very well-disciplined high line from Saudi Arabia caught Argentina out multiple times. Lots of disallowed goals, lots of frustration, but Argentina should have known better. Even popular Twitch streamer Sergio Aguero warned them of their opposition's defensive tactics. All that aside, Argentina were complacent, yes, but Saudi Arabia's second half was unbelievable. I told my friends that it looked like they played their final there based on how hard each player was playing, and that second goal was sublime. Hopefully they can keep this up. Okay, so that's one big team suffering a major upset. It's an anomaly, it happens. I'm sure I'm not going to lose any more money at the bookies. I'm fairly certain that this is not going to happen again. God damn it! Damn it! How am I going to explain to my wife that I lost the house again? Germany looked comfortable at the start and pulled ahead thanks to a Gundogan pen. But after halftime and as the game went on, Japan began to figure things out. They made a couple of substitutions, started targeting the wide areas, then hit the Germans with a quick 1-2 within 8 minutes. An insane bit of control by Takumi Asano sealed a historic win. Antonio Rudiger was spotted fleeing the scene. Germany thought they were being slick by studying blue lock in preparation for this match, only to find out that Japan had plot armor all along. And I'm sorry to say this, but due to recent events, Volkswagen? Worse than Toyota. Listen, it is what it is, man. Don't get mad at me. I don't make the rules. Denmark, Tunisia, Mexico, Poland, Uruguay, South Korea, and Morocco, Croatia all played out to 0-0 draws. I'll admit, I didn't come away with a whole lot of talking points on these matches. Tunisia were looking dangerous at a few points throughout the Denmark match and surprised me. I'd say this was a fair result for both teams. Here are Mexico's highlights. On the real, World Cup Guillermo Ochoa is back for Mexico, and he wasn't even fazed by Lewandowski's new penalty run-up technique. I swear this dude just shows up every 4 years, produces a goalkeeping masterclass, then dips without warning. There were no shots on target in the entire Uruguay-South Korea match. Match stats say there was one, but I only saw post and crossbar shots in that one. Valverde is a madman and is the same player for Uruguay as he is for Madrid. Croatia haven't really got going in this tournament thus far, but they did face a solid Morocco team that matched them, and it is still early days. Modric became the first player to play in the Euros and the World Cup in 3 different decades, and also the first to do it while being a teenager the whole time. Crazy stuff. France showed us all that they are not afraid of the so-called curse of champions and put 4 goals past Australia. Things didn't start off too well for the French though. Within 9 minutes, they were 1 goal down and had yet another starter limp off, Lucas Hernandez this time. Dorks on Twitter were quick to point towards their impending collapse, but then they came right back and comfortably won the match. Olivier Giroud is now tied with Thierry Henry as France's top scorer of all time, and I'd put money on him breaking the record in this tournament. Y'all better put some respect on his name. Spain woke up and decided that there had yet to be enough bloodshed at the World Cup thus far and proceeded to fire 7 past Costa Rica with no reply. 6 different goal scorers, 82% possession, and 17 total shots versus 0 total shots from Costa Rica showed that this was a pretty obvious mismatch. All the same, 7 goals in a World Cup match is a real feat. Belgium, Canada, and Switzerland, Cameroon both ended in 1-0 wins to Belgium and Switzerland. I know that Canada lost, but in my heart, they won that match. They were all over Belgium the entire night. Unfortunately, Alphonso Davies missed a penalty, but Canada really should have had more in any case. Also, Davies had a great game. Michy Batshuayi proved to be the only thing that would separate the teams, and fair play to him, his goal was really well taken. But other than that, he didn't really do anything all match. Kevin De Bruyne was named as man of the match, and even he was confused as to why. He was pretty sloppy. Cameroon vs Switzerland was an entertaining match. The first half saw Cameroon look very dangerous, but they were wasteful, a fact that came back to bite them 3 minutes into the second half, where Brielle Mbolo, a man who was actually born in Cameroon, pulled Switzerland ahead. Onto the actual team that I have as my favorites, Brazil. That's right, everything I said in my predictions video was just a prank. I did expect a bit more from Serbia, if I'm honest. But then again, they were playing Brazil. Early in the second half, they showed why they're the tournament favorites, a swift move by Vinicius and a real striker's goal by Richarlison. And the man was not done yet. With a ridiculous bit of flair, he flicked the ball up and produced a fantastic overhead finish. Brazil then did the equivalent of the infinite money cheats in Grand Theft Auto and brought on Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, Rodrigo, Fred, and Anthony. Wild. And to everyone that claims that Neymar just dives all the time, this is the result of him quote-unquote diving. Over the past decade and a bit, there is no other player in world football that has fouled as much as this man, except for maybe Eden Hazard, and look what's happened to him over the past few years. Portugal v Ghana. Now this was a match and a half. Coming off the back of Ronaldo's United exit, there was a lot of chatter in the lead up to this one. But I prefer to look at the positives. If an unemployed man can captain Portugal at a World Cup, you shouldn't let your dreams be dreams. The first half was pretty dead. That second half though, 5 goals. Ronaldo scored a pen that was a bit soft in my eyes, but then again he also had a goal disallowed for his soft reasons, which I believe should have stood. Osman Bukhari scored Ghana's second goal and even hit a Sue straight after, which is peak disrespect. That goal made it 3-2 to Portugal though. And with that came the end of match day 1. Here is how the groups looked at the end of it all. Lots of excitement, frills, spills, all that. But fear not, the action has only just begun. I'll be back at the end of match day 2 to give my thoughts. Until then, that is all from me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.